Here with more is the author of the appropriately titled upcoming book. It's called Suppression, Deception, Snobbery, and Bias, Why the Press Gets So Much Wrong and Just Doesn't Care. By the way, you can get it on Hannity.com or Amazon.com, a first edition copy. Ari Fleischer is with us, along with Fox News contributor Joe Concha. All right, I love the book title, and I love the book cover, Ari. And how appropriate is it when you compare how they treated Donald Trump and his entire family and how they treat Joe Biden and his entire family?
Yeah, and you know, Sean, that's what motivated me to write this book. It's coming out in July, but when I watch the coverage of President Trump, who sometimes I agree with, sometimes I disagree with, I was so convinced that the press was so unfair to him, that everything they did, everything they reported was done to reverse the results of the 2016 election. And it is not the press's job to engage in that type of behavior. It's the public's job. It's the people's job. They get to decide who the president is. But the press basically decided that, both in terms of his personality and policy, that he was such a threat to the country that they needed to step in and distort the news, to deceive their readers, deceive their viewers, and suppress news. And my book is replete with example after example of the press doing just that, Sean, and the bias is off the charts.
You know, Joe, you follow the media mob for a living. It's not a job I'd want. You're really good at it. You should have your own show on it. But in all seriousness here, I'm looking at somebody needs to step in here, because everybody in that White House knows that he's in far worse shape than we even know. They knew it during the campaign. They know it now. And the weakness abroad is hurting the country, because our adversaries, our enemies, also see what we see. They see a president in a massive, precipitous cognitive decline. Now, I don't think that Vladimir Putin would have acted the way he's been acting if there was a strong president in office, say, like Donald Trump. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my best guess.
Well, there's a reason probably why Vladimir Putin didn't move on Ukraine from 2017 to 2021, right? And the American people see this. It's very clear now, Sean. And this is a scary, scary poll result. ABC News, Washington Post, they found that a majority of this country, 54% of voters, believe that Joe Biden doesn't have the mental sharpness to lead the country effectively. That is scary stuff. And what we saw today with the Easter Bunny waving his hands in front of him saying, please, sir, do not answer this question from a voter, that's like out of an old Leslie Nielsen movie at this point, except it's actually real. And that's more out of the horror genre. I mean, a member of the White House communications team is dressed as the Easter Bunny. He's preventing the commander-in-chief from talking to the American people. Imagine, to Ari's point, something like this happening under the previous president. The internet would literally melt. But let me get to Jen Psaki for a second, because I think you made some very good points there. She showed zero class, as you said, right? And she did so in the patently condescending manner that she has down. But she did also lie, because know this, and anyone who has ever worked here at this network with no skin in the game now can back us up on this, Sean. Never once has anyone ever told me or you what to say on this network. Never once has anyone told what to ask. So when Peter Doocy asks a perfectly relevant and fair question about inflation, which poll after poll says is a top issue for Americans going into the midterms, that's not a question supplied to him by the fictitious, question supply department here at Fox News. It comes from a White House correspondent who has covered Washington, D.C. politics across 3 presidencies, in Obama, Trump, and Biden. And yet Jen Psaki, here she is attacking. She should resign as press secretary today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, because she is officially acting like an MSNBC employee. But that's not going to happen, because that would actually require Jen to have some integrity, which is obviously already at a premium, Sean.
Well, she'll fit in perfectly at MSDNC. Ari, I mean, you did this job. You did a great job. Kayleigh McEnany did a great job. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she did a great job. And, I'm looking at this, and I pointed out just the small list of things that she's lied about and gotten wrong, flagrant lies at times, and yet nobody seems to want to call her out. Why?
Yeah, let me begin. I want to go back to Joe Biden, because, Sean, this is not a religious statement, but we all need to hope that every day is Easter, because Joe Biden needs that Easter bunny at his side every day for the rest of his presidency. I think he'd be lost without the bunny. Beyond that,
maybe we could have alternating days. One day Santa Claus, one day the Easter Bunny. I don't know. Mix it up a little. That might confuse him.
Escort.
Yeah.
On Jen and Peter Doocy. Peter Doocy is to Jen Psaki what the entire White House press corps was to me and Dana Perino. And that's the difference. You really have one powerful voice playing the devil's advocate, holding government to account, asking the questions from the other point of view, another side. And that's Peter Doocy's role. He plays it very effectively. And the White House ought to listen to him more because he's a canary in the coal mine. When the White House said that there was no problem on the southern border, that it was transitional, he was their first warning signal. You need to pay attention to this. And they, of course, ignored him. Same thing on inflation. But everyone in the White House press corps who sat in those 49 seats was just like that, just as adversarial to me. So they're complaining that they have a ratio of 48-1 when I had a 49-0. That's the difference.
You know, and he's very respectful. He does his own work. It's insulting to suggest that he's being fed questions. Joe, you're dead right. I've been at this network since day one, and never one time have I been told what to say by anybody. And I'm entrusted to do my job every night, and that's what we do. We give news and information that you won't get elsewhere, which I think is a big part of the success of the network and this show. And thank you both. We're looking forward to seeing that book out soon. Ari Fleischer, Joe Concha. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.